The Red Dirt D&D podcast is brought to you by Pro Laser Cuts. The Oklahoma company provides pre-made and customizable design laser cut dice towers, tokens, and more, developed by a gamer for gamers, and now available to enhance your tabletop game. Pro Laser Cuts products can be found at many Oklahoma City area game stores, local events, and now available online at prolasercuts.com. That's laser and cuts with a Z, Pro Laser Cuts. And by SD Way Gaming, where dice goblins unite. Our friends at SD Way Gaming celebrate the beautiful dice players handpick for their games and splendor. SD Way Gaming has expanded to include many tabletop gaming varieties, accessories, and similar fun necessities to include a service for your dice addiction. You can shop for a variety of products at sdwaygaming.com or find SD Way Gaming on Facebook. Welcome to Red Dirt D&D. I'm Michael Cross, and I play Gaz, an orc barbarian, sworn protector of the Caliban frontier.
I'm Konnor Shenold. I play Konnor with a K, Kobold Sorcerer who's a continuous thorn in the Empire's side.
I'm Johnny Payne, and I play Zonimus Dinar, a paladin of dusk, using vengeance as a tool to protect the ones I love.
I'm Kiri Hester. I play Poppy Tea Leaf, the halfling desert druid determined to save the wild places from the ambitions of civilization.
I'm Brooke Bullock, and I play Mokrin Stoneshaper, a young dwarf sorcerer finding his true family as revealed by the secrets of the frontier.
And I'm Ash King, your dungeon master. Join us now for Tales from the Caliban Frontier. As the sun sinks low behind the flame peaks, the noise and excitement of battle rages through the caverns of Black Rock. The dust and dirt is flying underneath the feet of Gaz and the Youngbloods Gnoll leader Soren as he throws around the mighty three-headed flail, magic singing off of it. Mokrin has just pulled away a bruised and bloodied Zonimus. Fortunately, though, dearest Poppy has brought him back into the fight. And that is how we begin. Zonimus, you are at the mouth of the cave. You have just been healed for not an insignificant amount. 70 hit points. So you went from dying to...
feeling pretty good.
As the healing light washes over me, I stand up, tighten the strap of my shield, re-grip my sword, and I advance. When I get to him, I'm going to bonus action Vow of Enmity. I get advantage on attack rolls against him for 10 minutes, or until he drops to 0 hit points. And I swing away. 17.
Will actually hit.
And here's the dice for that. 23. I have improved, so I get an extra d8. And for my next attack, 19 plus, so I hit for 33.
Okay. How would you like to do this?
The glow washes over me, I rush up to him, and I just kind of cocky smile, swing at him once, and then pull back and put everything I have into the second swing, from clavicle to hip bone.
Okay. You bring this mighty swing down, and you see the burst of blood from Soren's chest as he stumbles back a few steps, a little confused at first as he touches the wound and brings his hand up. So this is how it ends.
I do hope I see you again.
As he stumbles back against the sarcophagus, leaning slightly against it as the light, unholy, fades from his eyes.
I'm going to spin around. Is there still anybody up high on us?
His two followers remain.
I'm just going to spin towards one. You're still standing here, I assume, where he was, and I'm going to kind of hold my shield up between the two of us.
Okay.
So it would have been Soren's turn, but he forgot to do his death monologue. So,
shut
Konnor,
myself out.
you're up.
Konnor still kind of believes there's a not insignificant chance that this sarcophagus could contain Taavi. So he's not going to worry about the shooters, and he will run up to the sarcophagus, insensitively pushing off Soren's body from it. And if you want that to be my action, that'll be fine.
It's 40 feet for
Okay.
you to get to the sarcophagus, so you would have to dash to get
Okay,
there.
I'll do that.
And I would say, as you scurry up to it, you do notice that it does seem to be locked and sealed.
Okay. Even though I dash, could I do a check to see if maybe it's like a magical lock or just like something that could be on?
Sure, give me an investigation.
Okay. 16?
You do notice Soren, as he's slumped over, you see hanging off of his neck, looks to be a key mechanism.
Okay. I'll position my body kind of, if the other guards have anything like super special to get close to it, I'll try and protect the key from them.
Makron, you're up.
Makron looks to the one on the right up there and yells out, "Yield! Yield or die!" And then I'm going to hold my action to
Okay.
see what their action is.
Do you want to attempt persuasion or intimidation?
Yes, I would like to try some intimidation. That is a modified 22.
Okay, you'll see what happens on his turn.
Awesome.
And then that would bring us to Poppy.
I never moved from the mouth of the cave.
Correct.
Where is Gas?
He is about 30 feet ahead of you.
Great. Wildfire and I will go. And I'm just going to give you a little pat pat. Here, have some healing words of healing.
Thank you.
And you're going to get 13.
Nice.
The healing word of the day is friendship.
You are a dear friend, Poppy.
And that's going to be my turn.
So, my two Gnolls. You do see Makron, the one to the right that
Yes.
you had yelled out to. He does actually drop the shotgun and raise his hands up, obviously yielding. The other one, on the other hand, you see this growl of anger as he takes aim at Zonimus, since you were the one who brought down his leader. His first shot goes wild, it's only an 8. His second shot also goes wild, that's a nat 1. And then he very quickly tries to reload again.
So if Makron will drop down in the initiative order then, if that's kosher, and take an action on this guy.
Sure.
We're going to throw a chromatic orb his direction, and that is going to be a modified 17?
17 will hit.
22 points of damage as I swirl this golf ball shaped ball of greenish acid and right up into his face.
He screams out as this acid goes in his eyes.
Yield or die, he says again.
Gaz.
How far away is the guy who just shot at Zonimus?
At Zonimus. So from you, you have to go 10 feet to get to the ledge, and then it's another 10 feet up the ledge.
Great. I run toward him and I attack recklessly with my flame tongue. 17.
Will hit.
18 points of damage. Second attack, nat 20. 28 points of damage.
You bring this flame tongue down, and that is the end of this particular Gnoll.
Excellent. And the other guy is surrendering.
Yeah, he's quite obviously yielding. Again, he's tossed the shotgun down at his feet.
I turn my sword to him and I say, "Come down now." Since I'm basically on the same level as him.
At this point, if everyone is okay, would we like to drop out of initiative and just...
Sure.
Yep. I will grab the key that hangs around Soren's neck and as quickly as I can unlock the sarcophagus, throw it open.
You pull the key off of Soren's neck, slot it into the space in the sarcophagus, give it a turn. You hear the click of the lock. Lid comes off, and you do see Taavi. Eyes very wide, looking around, but then sees a kobold. Thank Thundercrack. As he sits up and looks around and sees that Soren is down, the other Gnoll is down, the other one is obviously, coming down very meekly, ears back, very nervous. Thank you, my boy. It has been a long couple of days.
You're welcome. We came as soon as we saw that you were captured. It's a bit of a long story, and I'll switch into Draconic to kind of explain. I have been with this crew for a bit, and I don't know if you know this, but the Empire's back.
Now that I did not know. All I did know was that 3 nights ago, these brutes come bursting into my shop, take me down into the catacombs, put me inside the sarcophagus. I heard some talk about someone who had promised them assistance. They did not say who. I think we should be going, and you should be going quickly.
Yes. There's more I need to catch you up on speed with. This group I'm traveling with, we need to get to Thundercrack.
Let us go back to the shop, and we will talk more there.
Okay.
We should not talk here. It is not safe here.
Okay.
And he gets up out of the sarcophagus, brushing himself off, and gives himself a shake.
Are you hurt? Do you require medical assistance?
Luckily, other than just some dehydration, I am fine.
Well, I can fix the dehydration problem.
Oh, yes?
Here's...
Be careful, that decanter is very dangerous.
I
mean, it's
hand
wonderful.
him the water bottle.
Thank you,
I'm
Chad.
not going to spray him with it.
Thank you. Uncaps it and just drinks.
Wait, you mean it works
deeply.
like normal, Papa? You can just open it slow like that?
Yeah, when you're not on fire or asleep.
Zanus, you are searching through Soren's pockets. You find 10 gemstones. Makrin, you identify those gemstones as bloodstones. They're worth about 50 gold apiece. You also find 2 potions of healing and a spell scroll. So this is on the Sorcerer spell list, Makrin. You recognize this spell as Tasha's Caustic Brew.
Hey, Konnor, I've already got the one that's got Conjure Volley and Arcane Eye on it. You want this one just in case?
Sure.
Okay. I hand it over to Konnor.
What's up with this flail?
As Soren has passed from this earth, you see the magic around the flail dissipates. It cannot be taken by a player.
Right on.
It just becomes a regular, I say regular, but it's still a 3-headed flail.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
The power that was within it fades away very quickly.
Konnor, you see that it's fading. It's even as it must have been connected to him somehow.
I think so. Whoever that Yidogu is that the Youngbloods worship must have granted him some powers.
Zonimus, are you getting any type of unholy vibe off of it or anything still?
Oh, it's unholy as all get out, but
Yeah, it stinks.
Okay. I just didn't know if it was safe for us to touch.
We can lock it back in the sarcophagus and take the key with us.
Well, I think we should take it with us.
Maybe we should take it to the elders of the town to let them know that this fiend has been vanquished.
Yeah. Anybody gonna tie up the other Youngblood that's still here?
I'll go over and grab him by the scruff of the neck, and I say, "You must pay for the injustice that you have done to your own brethren."
at your words, he kind of gets a sour look on his face.
I'll draw my sword.
Oh, yes. Yes, we must answer for the injustices. Why don't they ever have to answer for their injustices?
Because that is not how the world works, my friend.
What if we just, take his gun and, send him out into the desert?
Because I want to take him to the people who are in charge.
We need some leverage
right.
to get them to work
And
with us.
is there any other exit to this room?
One way in,
And
one
we
way out.
have Taavi. Let's head back.
Skedaddle.
Watch the tripwire.
And I will tie him up. Well, you have the rope.
Yeah, I'll throw a rope around him.
And I will also tie up. I have
You have
manacles. So I shall manacle him, and he's also tied with the special rope, and we will walk back toward the city of Shada.
I'll stop as we get to the entrance and look back over my shoulder at the sarcophagus. They could have held him in a box, in a cage. Why is there a sarcophagus here?
Oh, you got Gaz's attention. Zonibus, that is a good question. You Young Gnoll, who was coming to pick Taavi up?
Don't know. Soren was the one who talked to him.
Who were you expecting?
Only Soren knew.
And what time of day were they supposed to come get him?
Probably a few hours from now in the midnight.
How about we wait before we take Taavi back to his shop?
No, we need to get Taavi out of here.
The person that might be showing up, we might not want to face.
That's what I'm thinking.
If there was some way we could keep an eye out here.
There's not. Not without splitting the party.
Take Taavi back to his shop, get his info, airship back here.
No, we need to take Taavi back.
Hey, Poppy, could you maybe leave like an animal friend, like a spy, a bug, a
messenger
field
in
mouse,
reverse?
and then message us back of, you know.
Scrying might be an idea, though, once we get to where we're going. Taavi, did you have any idea who was coming to get you?
No, they did not say. Soren seemed to keep his cards close to his chest.
All right.
Smart that way.
Let us head, quickly, because I do not know who's coming, and they might be bringing an army.
Yeah. Taavi seemed awful nervous about getting out of here fast.
Let's go.
I'm gonna keep this key in my new hoard that is Gideon's backpack.
Did we lock the sarcophagus back?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Betcha.
There we go. At least there might be. At least they might take an empty sarcophagus.
Yeah,
Can we leave Soren's dead body in it?
Could.
Yep.
we could.
There we go. We'll put Soren's body in
Soren's
the...
body into the sarcophagus, and you close up the sarcophagus
Lock
and
it
lock
up.
it back.
Lock the lid.
Run.
That'll keep them occupied maybe for a
They'll
little bit.
just think he's in there and just take it.
Exactly. That's what I'm hoping.
And maybe
Yeah.
we could scry on the sarcophagus.
That's right. So we have something to scry on later.
That's why I said take the key, yeah.
Yep. Okay.
So, taking Taavi, you return to the city of Shada. Takes you a few hours, but the journey is quiet, and he leads you back into his shop.
My friends, please, rest here for a while, and we will talk.
Greetings and salutations, my friends. I'm Michael Cross. So great to have a moment to talk with you during this mid-show break. First off, I want to invite you all to join us as Patreon members. The money we raise helps us pay for things like the music and sound effects you hear on the show, as well as money to go to events and make new fans. When you become a Patreon member, you get our episodes 4 days early, bonus content, access to our Discord server, and full versions of our roundtable discussions. You'll be joining other fans like Scott Wise, Don Mills, Heath Mormon, and the Lady Kate. So join us right now at patreon.com/reddirtdnd. Another way to support us is by getting your very own Red Dirt merchandise. You can find things like hats, hoodies, mugs, and t-shirts. Just click on the merch tab at reddirtdnd.com or reddirtrpg.com. Since 2020, the Red Dirt D&D podcast has been close to another Oklahoma actual play Dungeons & Dragons podcast, D20 to Curtain. And me personally, I've had a chance to work on stage with some of the actors on the show. So when you get done with this episode, you should check them out.
Hello, fellow D&Ders. My name is Jerome.
I'm Jennifer. I'm Jody.
And together with our friends Kara, Timothy, and Jared, we are the cast of the D20 to Curtain podcast, where Oklahoma theater geeks and their friends hit record and explore our new addiction to Dungeons & Dragons.
We think D&D is more than just a game. It helps us tap into the enduring power of storytelling.
We combine live gameplay with behind-the-curtain episodes to share our experiences, insights, habits, discoveries, and passion for D&D with anyone who will listen.
We hope D20 to Curtain will make you laugh, cry, maybe even make your experience at your table even more satisfying. Check us out anywhere you listen to podcasts or visit us at d20tocurtain.com or at D20 to Curtain on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
We look forward to having you. All we ask is that you have fun, be kind, and play the role.
If you're looking for more content, make sure to check out our YouTube page with Mysteries of Beatrix live every Wednesday. Keys from the Golden Vault from the Red Dirt Outlaws dropping every Tuesday at noon, and Plausible Deniability every other Thursday at 7 p.m. So come check it out at youtube.com/@RedDirtRPG or search for Red Dirt RPG on YouTube. And we would love to hear from you. Find us on social media at Red Dirt RPG. You can also get in touch with us through our website at reddirtrpg.com. In the meantime, make sure and subscribe to this podcast and leave a comment on your favorite podcatcher so others can find us. All right, I think that's everything I need to tell you. Right now, let's head back to Red Dirt D&D.
Returning to the city of Shada and to a dragon's eye view, Taavi's shop. He takes a few moments to kind of right all of the furniture and scuttles into his kitchen to start up some tea. Basically, he kind of gives you guys all a moment to sit and regroup and just take a breath after having dealt with Soren and his last few followers.
One of which we have tied up.
One of which you do have tied up, who's kind of sitting in the corner, sulking.
Well, he knows he's at the minimum going to prison for a long time.
Oh, yes.
At the maximum, death.
Just depends on how Clan Redmaw is feeling. But after a little bit, Taavi returns with a large platter that he's quickly kind of thrown together. A Dragonborn's version of a charcuterie board that he sets down and places teacups in front of you all and very reverently pours you all a drink. And he relaxes back for a moment. Thank you for coming to my rescue. I had no hope that anyone would be able to find me in time, so I owe you all a great debt.
Taavi, could I ask you, you are a diviner.
I am.
Is there a way to find out, with your special skills, maybe who was coming to get the sarcophagus? I'm guessing by now they probably would have already come and gotten it.
Took us a few hours to walk back.
Yeah, it's about midnight now, so he does go over and does pull off his shelf a scrying bowl.
As one would in a diviner's shop.
Yes.
A diviner of his caliber.
Yes.
And you see that it's decorated around the rim with dragons and motifs of Thundercrack. But he places it down onto the table and goes and fetches another decanter of water that he pours out into the bowl. He sits, clasps his hands around it.
Now, Konnor kept the key from the sarcophagus. I know sometimes if you have an object, it can kind of help.
I'll reach into my backpack and pull out the key for him.
Takes it and is kind of holding it kind of above the waters. And as you're all looking, the water starts to rippling out. And you see in the reflection the cave, focusing on the sarcophagus, approaching it. The figure that approaches is blurred, staticky, as if the magic can't focus on them. But you do see, walking next to it, like a loyal dog, a black panther-like creature made of steel.
By the forge.
Well, good news for you, we done saved your life, because let me tell you, Seraphina's not one joyful thing to hang around with.
Malkrin's eyes dart toward Konnor.
As he sees the steel predator in the reflection of the water, Konnor tenses. I had a bit of a tussle with one of those. So yeah, it's a good thing we got you out of there, Taavi. And he'll kind of make eye contact and in Draconic say, they're from the Empire. We need to get to Thundercrack as fast as we can if they're this close.
Taavi lets the magic fade and just kind of gives a nod. Yes, this figure in my vision. Yes, the magic could not get a focus on her.
Malkrin will do an Arcana check to see if I know any way that fits something related to her as a species, or with a natural one. No, not. I've never seen anything like that either.
If it is the true master of that beast, it is Rakshasha, who I believe comes from the underworld.
Well, I was just thinking that Soren seemed kind of fiendy, and she's technically a fiend, so they probably knew each other.
I kind of feel like one's a fiend and the other's a light devil.
When my previous party had found that wizard, he was trying to pull forth people from the abyss and demons from the underworld. Maybe we are dealing with demons.
I still stand by the Empire is employing demons.
I meant that.
Yeah, okay.
They're part of their army that they are building.
Yes.
is not just of this world, but of the next.
How much do we know from this moment with Soren? There was a mention of the demon lord that the Youngbloods follow. Do any of us have any knowledge a little bit about that demon
We definitely
lord?
wouldn't. I don't know about those three.
It would require either a religion or an arcana check.
I got a nat 20.
Well,
Nice.
I got a 19, but it's a -1, so 18.
So, the legends about Yinogu state that Yinogu was the youngest cub of the Bone Mother, and he was the runt of the litter. And so, legends say that he became very jealous and very angry at his more successful brothers and sisters, to the point where he was corrupted by drinking the blood of demons, and that is how he got his power, because the Bone Mother got her power from eating the marrow of the bones of a titan, and Yinogu got his power by drinking the blood of a powerful demon. And they haven't gotten along ever since. So the Empire came from the plane of fire. Like, Cimarron was originally from the plane of fire. So while Cimarron did have a habit of bringing forth various creatures that he had enslaved, he was known more for elementals than for fiends.
Okay. Well, the Empire is more like, elementals. That's why they're the fire handprint. But, I mean, Yinogu's just kind of wants to sow chaos and dissent, so I feel his followers would join anything that's trying to also do that. But other than if this is potentially Seraphina, they could be working together.
It is highly possible. Soren did speak of obtaining artifacts of power to further his cause from this alliance. So it is likely that he was still seeking his own ends rather than seeking to fully ally with this reborn empire.
That tracks. Seraphina, Wiley, F4, Tornado, all of them would be more likely to exploit and manipulate people out of their goods and services rather than form a true alliance. They don't want to have to rely on anybody except themselves.
And it's also possible they just might be a means to an end.
Exactly.
Evil does have a tendency to turn back in on itself like that.
Means to an end to get them to Thundercrack.
Correct. An end to get them to conquer all of Ratoya.
We need to leave.
Yes.
I think Taavi should go with us, I whisper.
Master Taavi has to go with us
Has
because
to go with us.
Master Taavi shows us.
I don't remember where.
Oh, so he can't just relay the info
No.
to you. He has to actually lead you there.
Correct.
Oh, okay, very good.
But before that, we should go seek out the elders, turn in the flail, and this young wayward soul.
Master Taavi, this flail, it's more mundane now, but in the heat of battle, it was mighty and dangerous and full of either arcane or demonic power. Do you think that was something that Soren was channeling, or do you know, could it have been like a gift from Yinogu itself?
He hovers his hand, and you hear him speak a few arcane words, and he is ritually casting Identify.
The magic off of this is quite dark. However, it is fading, so it was likely a gift given from a master to a servant. And now that the servant is no more, the connection is broken.
Anonymous, forgive me for not knowing, but what are Dusk's feelings about fiends and stuff? I know how she feels about the undead and the dead themselves wandering, but...
I do not believe the demons are her domain or the fiendish type, and however, they come from the underworld, which is her domain, and she doesn't seem, I'll look at Poppy, like the type to give back what she's taken. I do not know, Makron.
That's all right.
Taavi, I know I've been kind of demanding, but will you take us to who we need to see?
Yes, child. I will go with you. I will take you to her.
Thank you. We need to leave. Let's grab the Gnoll and leave.
You go. take this young man to Clan Redmaw. Give me some time. I have some things that I need to pack up.
If that's the case, I know we don't like to split the party.
I
So much to hear with
100%.
Gaz is not leaving Taavi's side.
Yeah.
I won't either.
Okay, so you guys go and do your thing.
So the three of you will remain at Taavi's shop. And
The four of us.
4?
Poppy cannot turn this Gnoll over. It's hitting a chord with her emotionally, and so she's just gonna not go. Makran and Zonimus can take him.
And while we're taking him, I'm going to be on the lookout for the female fire genasi. Passing on the street, I'm not going to go out of my way and take time and set up an appointment and wrinkle the book in the right spot in the bookshelf to get her. I just want to see if I see her in passing.
Makran, Zonimus, the two of you escort this Youngblood back to the main square where just a few days ago a clan leader was assassinated. You approach the clan house. A couple guards stand out in front, but seeing your approach, one steps forward, recognizing you. What do you bring us?
Makran totally looks at Zonimus.
I bring you one from the other side who has a lot to explain, don't you?
He's gone quiet where he stands behind you, ears back, eyes low.
And I'll pull the flail out. Let us pass.
The guard will immediately open up the door and tell someone to fetch Matron Zybra. It takes just a few moments, but eventually the matron approaches you. Once again, you darken my doorstep, but I've been told you bring news.
This Youngblood was found nearby, holding an innocent being hostage and in league with a fiend, and I will present the weapon to her.
She actually will reach out and take it, seemingly unafraid, but as she looks it over, the bearer of this weapon, did you get a name?
Yes, his name was Soren.
Hearing the name, you see her chin drops down a little bit, her ears go back. He is dead then.
He is dead.
Thank you for returning this to me and for freeing my older brother from his bondage to the demon.
I understand. And this one, and I'll throw this Gnoll into a guard.
Yeah, one of the guards will kind of take hold of the captured Youngblood.
You've been having discussion with our friend Eopix.
Yes, he's told me much over the last few days of your battle and your plight.
Well, that battle and that plight is almost upon your doorstep. If you and the other great houses amongst Shada could assemble armies and fight together, now is the time. Unite the houses.
I will send word to the others. I will see who responds.
Clanmother, if I may, Unagug is making some type of partnership with the Risen Empire. If we had suspicions before, your brother and the folks that were going to take this kidnapped individual away, it's very obvious that if they're not in partnership, then they're two mules pulling in the same direction.
Soren, I would not have put it past. He was intelligent. He knew how to manipulate things in his favor. Fortunately, most of the other Youngblood groups tend to be wild, unpredictable, difficult to pin down. It is likely that the Empire will find no further allies amongst them.
And if I may say, an emotion to the young blood that the guard now has restrained, that one still may have some goodness in him. He yielded rather than cause the bloodshed of his fellows.
The coming days will see what sort of fate is in store for him. I can make no promises. Is that all?
If we may see our traveling companion before we leave.
Send for the elf.
I will bother you no further, matron.
After a few moments, you do see Eopix kind of comes around the corner.
Lord Mass, hey, Opix.
Thank you, Makran.
We must make haste and leave. What are your plans? Will you be joining us? We have, looks around, what we came for.
Let me remain here, and I will continue to work on this thing. I know of the Empire, or at least their older tactics. I can assist Matron Zybra with planning and with making sure that the right resources are in place.
Eopix, the divination was fuzzy, but we're pretty sure Seraphina is real close. She was the one coming in this area.
Well, if she shows up here in Shada, she'll have a fight.
Just be careful.
Me? Careful? Makran. Do you know who you're talking to? Eopix, the Wandering Wind, rider of the Pegasi, the guy who willingly jumps off of airships to his doom.
I jumped off that airship with you. Don't forget.
See? And we made it.
You're gonna stay here.
Yeah.
As you wish, and I'll bow down.
Don't you
And
start!
glance up, friend, and then extend a hand to him. Pull him in for a hug.
Give you the bro hug. Pap, 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 pap.
I want to see you again before she does.
No promises, brother.
I know.
Go take care of that halfling of yours.
I will turn on my heels and walk away.
Makron follows and leans back. See you later, Lord Alpix.
And I'm heading back to the rendezvous point, still looking for a flaming redhead.
You enter out onto the streets of Shada. And as you make your way back to a dragon's eye view, you do hear the sound of a mephit chittering, looking down at you.
Oh,
Makron, put my hand on your shoulder. Makron, easy.
I hate them mephits. I hate them so much.
I'm gonna look up at the mephit. Do I see her standing beside it, behind it, near it?
No, but looking around, you do see she's
look.
kind of hanging out against a wall. So, you made it out.
I'm gonna reach into my coin purse and pull out one single gold coin. Because remember, we owe her. And I'm gonna flick the one coin to her. And I'm going to, my hand is still on Makron's shoulder, it becomes a grip, and I pull Makron away and we continue on to the rendezvous. Because unbeknownst to all of y'all, when I gave her the bag of gold, it was half. It was the full amount minus one.
Oh, nice.
Very nice.
For reasons that we didn't need.
She catches the gold piece as the two of you walk off and flips it, catches it again. Safe trails to you.
I don't even know.
Makron's looking back over his shoulder, looking ahead, looking back over his shoulder, looking ahead. I don't know we're going to get away with that. She's going to be pretty mad that it's not all there in front of us.
It's all there.
I don't know. Okay, I don't... okay, I'm trusting you.
Have I ever let you down?
No, that's true.
The two of you head off into the night, into the quiet of Shada, back to a dragon's eye view. By the time you return, Taavi is ready to go. Looks to you and says, "My new friends, I will lead you to the lair of Thundercrack."
Red Dirt D&D Tales from the Caliban Frontier is Ash King as our Dungeon Master, Brooke Bullock as Makron Stone Shaper, Johnny Payne as Zonimus Dinar, Kiri Hester as Poppy Tealeaf, Konnor Shenold as Konnor the Kobold, and I'm Michael Cross as Gaz. Special thanks to our Silver Star Paladin patron, Shenanigans Unplugged. Our theme music was created by the cinemagician P.J. Castillo. Our incidental music comes from Jeffrey McBride. Our sound effects and additional music, courtesy of TabletopAudio.com, Sirenscape, and Monument Studios. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and at RedDirtDND.com. We here at Red Dirt D&D could really use your help in getting the word about us. If you like what you've heard, make sure and subscribe, rate us, and leave a comment. Also, tell your friends about Red Dirt D&D. You can also support the show at patreon.com/RedDirtDND. We have several giving levels to help us grow up big and strong. Join us next time as we go deeper into the Caliban Frontier. We're rolling.
You're fighting, there's a slap fight going on down at the back of the cavern.
That's a slap
This
fight
is
with-
just how I'm getting myself rambling
Slap
to
fight
get
with
started.
nasty moles.
Michael, please feel free to put this in the outtakes.
Zonimus tried to propose to Poppy in
Haven't
mid-battle.
even started yet.
Why are you on one knee?
I'm on
The
one
blood coming down the face.
one knee.
He was proposing to Poppy.
Yeah.
Actually, now all I can think of is it's happening. It's happening. The poison's kicking in. So it would have been Soren's turn, but he got to do his death monologue. So
He is an
Yay.
ex-Sorin.
Hey, that was nice.
He's a Zoran.
Tasha's Caustic Brew.
That is a great one.
When I mentioned, Dasha's Caustic Brew, and I see Connor's eyes light up.
Well, that's Konnor the player. I don't know if Konnor
Is Konnor the Kobold as excited?
I don't know if he knows that much about Tasha, so probably not.
I hand it over to Konnor. Even though Caustic Brew kind of sounds like it'd be an acid thing, I'm going to share it with you.
It is.
That way, if you ever need
You can take a
acid
little
thing,
piece of
you can
Makron
do
with
it.
you.
That's right.
Anybody gonna tie up the other Youngblood that's still here before he?
Did he sneak away as we were talking?
Decides to put his hands back down. He's like, "Hi, can I go? Am I right?"
Well, Gaz told him to come down, so I figured this whole time he was been coming down here.
He did roll a 15 to like sneak, but as soon as your eyes turn back to him, stands very still.
See, Gaz, you were watching him. Why'd you stop?
I got distracted by the flail and the pizza. But
Watson looks up. I thought he told you to come down. Get down here.
So I go.
Come down.
Yeah,
he came down.
Okay,
he was just like
sorry.
inching towards the mouth of the cave as you all were debating on whether to take the flail or not. You close up the sarcophagus
Lock
and
it
lock
up.
it back.
Run.
Take the key.
Leave a note that said, had to go. Go ahead and take him.
There we go.
True master of that beast, it is a Rakasha.
Rakshasa.
Say it again.
Rakshasa.
Rakshasa.
that wizard, he was trying to pull forth people from the abyss and demons from the underworld. So
Have you told us about this wizard
Yes.
before?
I have.
Have you?
I drew you a picture.
Don't you remember the stick figures?
With a pointy hat, and he got all the things. Yeah.
the hat. Perfect like
I definitely listened very carefully and was not.
Just for giggles.
Yes.
No, another. Look at that. It's another. It was another natural one.
The dice are telling the story.
I'm not using my Etsy dice. That's what the problem. My Etsy
Yes.
SD dice.
SD.
That's my problem.
I got a nat 20.
Anonymous, forgive me for not knowing, but what are Dusk's feelings about fiends and stuff?
Yeah, I don't know. Shoot.
Come on, get back in there. I do not know. Give us the anonymous voice. See you later, Lord Alpix.
So a 20 and just a piece of fruit comes flying out. Back of the head, Makrin.
Holy fine.
He's got a name.
All right, that's pretty good. I deserve that. That's funny.
Good, I was kind of hungry.
Just pulls back around from his hair, scoops it, licks.
You're just like, ooh, a Trito.